Tink, tink. Tink, tink.
Stunticons calling for backup.
Motormaster. Wild Rider. Break down. Drag strip. Dead end. Menasor. Yeah. Oh. I'm out of here. Menasor.
Hello, LEGO Transformers fans. This is Soundvox with another exciting episode. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Menasor. It's been a while in the making. Last few months we've been going over each of our individual Stunticons. We had Drag Strip. We had Wild Rider. We had Breakdown. We had Dead End. And finally we had Motormaster. Now you can see Motormaster is in robot mode while the rest are in car mode. This is because it's easier to show his transformation to Menasor from robot mode. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to transform his arms by rotating his hands in, rotating his arms up. Rotate his arms out and fold them back together like we're going back to becoming a tractor trailer. Same thing we're going to do with his back. We're going to rotate these back pieces out and start rotating his back section up. We take his top of his trailer and rotate it around. So it's just like transforming him back to tractor trailer mode. Now he's like a weird Star Wars walker or something. Beep boop, beep boop. Okay, now comes the change to make Motormaster. Or not Motormaster, to make Menasor. So, first thing we're going to do differently is we're going to take and rotate his truck cab down. And then these ratcheting pieces, we're going to pull them right out. Oh no, that's cheating. You just took his cab off. Isn't that parts forming? Isn't that cheating? Well, unfortunately, with these combiners being small LEGO combiners, much like the G1 combiners, there's a lot of parts forming. Now the G1 the legs actually rotated around to the back. I tried to do that multiple times, but there was no way I could do it. So I had to completely remove the cab and take it away. Which isn't the worst thing ever. Now we're going to take and rotate his legs upward. And this is going to put them more frontal position. Now these big blocks that Motormaster had that did nothing. Well, you can kind of set them like this and have base mode if you wanted. But what we're going to do is we're going to rotate, bring this out, rotate it, bring it down. This piece is on a little hinge there with a little pin in there. Same thing with this one. We're going to rotate it. And we have that same side panel. We're going to bring that down. Now he looks kind of wide hipped, so what we're going to do is we're going to rotate these gray pieces up and these pieces down and kind of like hold them in place a little bit by doing this. Now for the actual stop motion at the beginning of the episode, I actually ended up rebuilding him to make him a little sturdier. But that was kind of cheating. Okay. So now we have this piece here. This is a little Menasor crotch panel. Right there, he's got those little ratchet hookup pieces. We're going to hook these at the ends of his legs, where his cab was. And we're going to rotate that down. Then we're going to rotate it down slightly more, so we can take this piece and put it right underneath it. So now the panel here kind of clips onto the studs there. Now, in classic G1 style, we'll bring out his feet. Classic G1 style, the feet would attach to the bottom of the cars, but we're going to hook the feet to the back of these hanging down panels. 1 foot. Two foot. And already you can kind of see he's a little flimsy standing like this. So now let's finish up his legs. To finish up his legs, we have to combine our Stunticons. So the first leg here, Wild Rider. What I found is I have to actually take off one of Wild Rider's wheels. And then he should be good enough to actually combine to the leg. So on this, you have studs there and you have studs there. So I hook his lower portion to the lower portion and the upper portion to the upper portion. And now we have one leg done. Now everybody's going to say, well, that's not how Menasor is. The new one and the cartoon, the cars are on the back of his legs. I've never liked that. I've never liked the cars on the back of his legs. That look does not look good to me in any way, shape, or form. I think if you're a combined robot, you want to show off your combined car parts, you shouldn't hide them behind your legs. So, I put them on the front. Now the G1 toy, they actually become the legs, and they hook in. Now for the other side, we have to hook breakdown up. And unfortunately these cars, even though Menasor was considered Scramble City, for my Legos, they only go on one way. So what we're going to do now is hook breakdown up, just like we did with Wild Rider. I'm going to hook breakdown right there. And then I have a little clear piece I'm going to put right here. Because unfortunately, nothing's perfect on the way these line up. So the clear piece allows me to hook the bottom of his wheel into place. And now he's in place. And you can see what I mean by flimsiness. He is very flimsy with these ball joints. Now I'm going to take back up a hair, because he's getting kind of big, isn't he? Wow, he is really getting big. Okay, so next we're going to take our chest panel. Just like any old good G1, they have their own chest panels. And this is going to affix to these 4 studs right here that are depressed a little lower. And of course we have to stop. Okay, so now we have those affixed there. Now you can see he's very flimsy, his legs are moving everywhere, so I'm going to pull his legs off. And I'm going to take this little ball joint section out and see if we can't just hook him directly to him. This will make him slightly sturdier than he was. There we go. And don't get me started on parts forming, because the new Legacy one, his old trailer comes apart in parts forms. So I think we're still a step ahead. So now we have Menasor with legs, breakdown and Wild Rider legs. Now let's give him some arms. So for the arms, I had to build these add-on pieces here. They will allow me to hook the cars to these little 4 stud pieces, and the pins will go into his arms, where his arms go and make it in rotation. So if we turn him sideways, and we see that hole that was in the back of his trailer, we just plug the arm in. Same thing here. Now he has shoulders. So we can then take drag strip and hook him on this side. Now he's attached. Now this part's kind of neat. One of the additions I made to drag strip is I gave him these 2 little spouts here. And they were great for putting little fire effects on the back of him. And they look like nice exhaust ports. So for the hand, here we have the hand. It's got 2 little holes. So we're going to take those little holes and hook them right on those exhaust port pieces. And now we have a hand. Now you'll notice this hand has a plus hole on it. And that's because it's the hand I like to put the sword in. Menasor is known for having a sword. So here's his sword. And he is still getting very tall and very big, so we have to kind of like pull this camera back even further. Now let's put his other arm on. His other arm is dead end. So we'll hook dead end on here. Now the nice thing about dead end is his legs kind of move a little bit. We have a little bit of movement in his hinges of his legs. So we can move them in just a hair and hook his hand on. And his hand is a 3 stud connector. And now for the final piece, the head. Here we have Menasor. Full power and glory. Zooming in on him, you can see his head. I also use the ratcheted hinge piece to give him a nose. And he's got his two little horns on the side. I use a red piece to give him like an angry mouth. Anyways, here we can see the sword, we can see the hand that is drag strip. See his chest. We can now see the arm that is dead end. And now, of course, we're going to have to zoom out because he's getting a little blurry. I have to zoom out some more. Zoom in just a hair. Pull our camera back. He is slightly larger than my Predaking was, which is funny because Menasor is one of the smaller of the combiners. And let's give him a quick size comparison next to Optimus Prime. Here we have Optimus Prime. It just comes up to Menasor's waist. So yep, this is a behemoth of a combiner. And the nice thing is his head is on one stud, so he can actually rotate. Let's move Prime all the way. The way his arms are hooked in, we can bring him up, bring him down. That end's arm, we can bring it up. And we can rotate it out a little bit, or rotate it in a little bit. Now technically, because his legs are on ball joints, they have a slight range of motion here, but not very much. And we want to kind of keep him so he stands up. So that is my Lego Transformers Menasor. If you liked this episode of Lego Transformers, give it a like, share or comment, tell me what you think. And make sure you subscribe and share this video with your friends who might like Legos or Transformers. Until next time.